What's going on, everybody? It's your friend Will. We're back here at the Memory Lapse. Before we get started today, or for this video, I should say, I wanted to shout out some recent subscribers and thank everyone again for their support of the channel. I've seen a big uptick in comments and likes, and subscribers are up to 144 now, which is amazing. So let's name a couple. Let's see. DLB Josh, Gabriel Hadley, Darian Novak, Franklin DLC, Keegan Lambert, Anton Delport, Yari Turksma, Kellis, spelled with a 3 and a 4, Martini Sam, Banana 2121, Toot. Like I said, it's not comprehensive, it's just whatever I got an alert for, and who knows the voodoo of how YouTube decides to inform me. But it's amazing, and if you've been enjoying the content, please like the videos, subscribe to them, comment, do all that good stuff. But what are we going to do today? We're going to play some competitive constructed. We need to find a new deck. So let's see. I was thinking of playing with either this updated Teferi Angels deck. So we did a video a couple series ago with Red White Angels, and this as kind of an update to that went 5-0. That's playing some main deck blue stuff, most notably 3 Teferis, and it's playing Rekindling Phoenix, which I really like. So maybe in a sea of black-green, this is really good. Why don't we try this? Competitive constructed. Drop the gold. Boom. So I haven't even done a little single morning video with this yet. I actually haven't even played the deck yet, but we played a lot with Red White Angels, and I feel like this is a similar style deck. It's a tap out. Control is not the right word, but it is a tap out for threats, make them have it kind of deck. Unfortunately, green-black, depending on the build, can be pretty well positioned, but I think that's where the Teferi kind of comes in here. This is a nice one. Alright. So next time we can play the Plains. We'll have our pick of 2-drops, followed up with Glacial Fortress and History. And that might even be, good enough. Oh, this is a good sign. They played the Llanowar Elves turn 1, but didn't have anything to use it on. Alright, so I think we're going to play the Knight of Grace here, because it's going to block for days against the Seeker Squire. Another History. This has got to be so unsettling to any opponent where they just see like Sulfur Falls tapped into Plains Knight of Grace, like maybe at the bottom end of expectation for what my turn 2 play might be. Alright, so I'll block. Alright, they're not even going for it. History, there's no reason for us to attack here. We're going to end up just trading 1 for 1 if they put together a double block. So rather hold this back because it stops their whole board, and we'll wait to get some consecutive attacks in when these histories start going to Chapter 3. Memorial to Folly. So they're on like maybe a little bit of a slower build. Okay, so missing land drops is not great, but luckily we have like the best card in our deck. We're going to have a very big swing next turn. If they go land finality here, oh, I guess they do get to keep their Seeker Squire, which is a little bit of a bummer. But we're getting a token off History next turn. And at the very least, we'll be able to play Adanto Vanguard. Alright, so it looks like they don't have that. I think we're just going to start jamming here, and then we're going to use Justice Strike to punish them on a double block somewhere. Oh, it doesn't give this guy Vigilance. Shucks. This is how you win with 3 spells, 3 lands. 2 of them just have to be History of Benalia. Okay. So I don't think they're going to try to do a big double or triple block here. They're really just going to do that, huh? Interesting. It's probably worth keeping the knight. Alright, no, you know what? We'll let them trade, and we'll just play Vanguard second main phase. Or should we hold for Justice Strike? Let's hold for Justice Strike. I'm a little afraid of Finality. Yep. So we can Justice Strike here to make sure their Seeker Squire dies. If we put 2 damage on it, it gets 3 counters. Yeah, so let's do that. Alright, let's see land. Nope. Any land's going to be great. Another red source, Rekindling Phoenix, which is going to help us punch through for these last 10. Obviously, running lands gets us to Lyra and Teferi, which I think will be quite tough for them. So even though we missed a lot of land drops here, I don't hate our position. What's the best thing they can find broker back here? A Seeker's Squire or a Branch Walker? They brought back the Squire, which, like, I guess blocks better against Knight. Ooh, scary. Super rough. Alright, let's try to punch through. Alright. Get the Fine Broker off the board. We really just need to hit a red source, and we can beat this Finality pretty well. It's a little, jeez, I don't know. Maybe playing Vanguard would have been better. This makes them dirtle their turn and like find back Fine Broker. So yeah, getting them to use it on Find is probably better than giving them an opportunity to use it on Finality, assuming we're not going to draw land. Alright, red source off the top. Wow. We kept 3. Careful viewers, studious ones will remember that we kept a 3-land hand here. If only they had made like a white-red Explorer creature, I'd be playing at 100%. Alright, so they're building back up their board, but none of these things stop our flyers if and when we draw land. Wow, they pushed that, huh? I guess they're looking for a Planeswalker. I mean, they have board presence for days here. Oh, that does it too. I would expect that's going to be a keep, which makes now a really good time to draw land. So we can play this Phoenix and potentially race this before it comes down. Red source off the top, just like we called it. Okay. I don't think we can actually beat this Carnage Tyrant now, so I'm going to go ahead and concede here. We probably needed to draw land in that turn at the latest. Well, that's pretty unfortunate. I think we would have absolutely trashed them if we had drawn 1 more land, if not 2. I mean, if 2, I don't think they could win. So against their deck, I don't think the Vanguards are super good. I think Lava Coil is very good. I think we want Shalai to protect us against some of their removal. Fight with Fire is probably not amazing. I wonder if we want something like Ixalan's Binding to help us get stuff like good and dead. Deafening Clarion I can see being good. I think we want all this top end against them. I wonder if we want Disdainful Stroke. Justice Strike is awkward. I think it's probably worse than Lightning Strike. So let's put Clarion in. And maybe we even take a Banefire here. It's like a little more useful than the Fight with Fire. We just have to hope that we can hit our 4th land drop. It's a tough one. I really think the only debatable play we had there was whether or not to... Alright, this is a decent one. So we're keeping 3 again. I think the only debatable play we really had was whether or not to play the Vanguard that one turn. Alright, so we are gonna burn the Lava Coil here to slow them down, because I think this is one of the ways we lose. So we get History out next turn. Nice. We're even gonna get to 4 land this game. So we're gonna get to curve into Shalai. Ugh, wow. They have the Chupacabra. I wonder if it's worth binding this thing. Probably is. Because I think this card is so problematic for us. And it's just so good against us that by binding it away, it just reduces their number of outs substantially. Alright, so they're digging for land. It's their turn to get stuck. Oh, here's someone correcting me. I'm sure they're correct. I haven't found anyone that I've like seriously disagreed with when they've told me how bad my play is. Whoa, what? Why didn't it let me play my Glacial Fortress second main phase there? That's weird. I should have had either a Shalai or a Teferi in play. Alright, well, let's get Shalai down. I guess it must have registered a click there, but I felt like my mouse was over here and it just like took it away from me. Alright, let's just keep the cards flowing. They can chip in 1 point of damage on Teferi if they want. Alright, they ditched Fine Broker. So they went from needing land to being flooded, which is a little strange. Alright, plus up. Knight 2 is a nice one. So they could Finality here and hit Teferi for 1, but I'm not too afraid of that. Alright, so they Trophy Shalai. Take action. I gotta say, this Clarion makes me want to just attack and sweep the board here. Simply because the one card they have in hand, like it kind of sucks with the next chapter coming up, but it seems like that play insulates us and helps us get to like Teferi 8 very quickly. I have to think about this though. I normally don't tank this much. But I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, Ichi, relax. I think this gives us like the maximum chance to win. Oh, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. Just the guy with the food who got in the building without ringing the doorbell, which is, well, that is what it is. All right, so we do Rekindling Phoenix, which is a nice one. Disdainful Stroke is a very good, just like safety net top deck here. All right, we're gonna do the thing where we ultimate Teferi, and then play another Teferi, which will be sick. All right, so they're scooping to ultimate Teferi. Super nice of them. Very correct. I think I like what we have here. So let's keep it. Let me know what you think of that Deafening Clarion play. I mean, it just feels like with Teferi so close to ult, like just wiping the board with it, they have one card in hand, feels really good, really safe. If it was Finality, the punish is that they play the Find half, get back to creatures. But they also had stuff in the graveyard, and they were like bricking. They were obviously like top decking just miserably. So you would kind of think if they had Finality there, and I guess we found out later like they went empty-handed, right? So it wasn't that they would have used the Find half to try to build up their board more to attack the Teferi. So I think that was a fine play to insulate us from them dealing damage to the Teferi. Obviously it worked in that case, doesn't mean it was correct. Alright, so we're gonna, this is another keep because we got double history, so we're gonna play Memorial first, Shock Foundry Knight into Glacial Fortress Histories. So I think we have to keep. This is a funny little inclusion. This is like the nice little greed ball here. Oh, so they get to take one of the histories, but I have to imagine they're taking history here. Oh, nope. What's happening is Magic Arena is crashing. Her hand was so good. Okay. Our opponent's just using some kind of like packet loss software to try to disconnect us when they saw double History of Benalia there. It's pretty understandable. It's very weird how the software pretty much only seems to crash like during the resolution of spells at this point. Like I'm really not having any issues with it. Alright, so we top deck Shalai, which makes our 2 into 3 into 4 pretty good, assuming we draw one more land. They're on a no green draw, which is like yuck for them. Pay 2 life Knight. We're gonna tap, so they don't even really have a play there. Get in for 2. Boom. They must have a play here. Alright, so they at least have like Chupacabra. Land? Ooh, hey. How you doing? So I think we play Shalai first. It makes it harder for them to interact with Aurelia. They have to use their Chupacabra to kill Shalai, which means it's less likely that they'll have a third one for Aurelia. I'm attacking. And I want to see if they throw one away. Because if they do, then we get to like play Teferi plus and untap a Lightning Strike. Right, so they're throwing both away. Which is fine for us. So now they need to have Assassin's Trophy for this boy. Drew ourselves a Lyra. I'm going to file that under good. Because they can dirtle back some of these, either with the Memorial or with like a Find. Find Broker does it as well. Alright, so we're going to kill this at the end of their turn, because I don't think we're going to have time to use this mana, and we want to keep the board smaller to protect Teferi here. Ixalan's Binding. Alright, so let's plus our man. Get in for 5 seems pretty good. And then binding the Chupacabra when it comes down next turn. I don't think we're going to win this game by ulting, so if they do send an attack at Teferi, we're probably just absorbing it and letting him lose some loyalty. That's what they decide to call that. Alright, so yeah, here comes the Chupacabra as we expected. Goodbye to Aurelia, thank you for your service. Yeah, and that's okay. Cool. Alright, so we'll plus. Play land. Bind like the one card in their deck that beats us. Yeah. Hit him for 5. Play another knight. It's not even if they have finality here, it's like not even that good. I probably should have untapped the white one to represent the strike card. Don't even attack. They're at 5. So if I tuck the broker, they're dead, right? Let me run the numbers real quick. So this goes away. I attack. They block 3. They take 5. All right. So I'm running the numbers real quick. Put them into my spreadsheet here. Oh wow, miscalculation. Oops, indeed. Wow. I wonder if they were aware of that too. All right. Well, I have the old egg on my face, but I have the cure. Like 9 power of first strike. Wow, my spreadsheet fucking lied to me. It said if I tucked the guy, I get in for 5. And the answer was actually 4. And I've only had 1 beer. That's crazy. Alright, Jade Light Ranger cannot find a solution to them before them. Oh, they're being generous here. And letting us have the win the old-fashioned way. By attacking with a 5/5 Angel. Alright. So first game stumbled, but the second and third game felt great. Much prefer Teferi to Fanatical Research or whatever that enchantment was that we tried before. Ooh, we got ourselves a Goblin Warchief, which is borderline constructible. Thank you. And we progressed to 1-0 with Teferi Angels. Hope you all enjoyed that. You know, leave your comments, like I said. I love the feedback. And please subscribe. And yeah, we'll be back soon with the next round. Later.